Hello everyone, this is Yours Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our Frostpunk Let's Play. So we pick things back up at the start of day 24. We have two main concerns coming ahead. We have the Londoners, 6 days and 12 hours left before they leave the city. Preferably, we want to decrease this to as low as possible, obviously to reduce the amount of workforce we'll lose. And on top of that, we have 2 days until we get a huge drop in temperature. Going to -70. So that's going to be rather difficult for us. So I think the most important thing we focus on in these coming days is to heat up the city, improve the housing. Bunkhouses is an obvious solution because they have one additional heat level, and once we overload the main generator, we can get additional heat. So right now they will be comfortable. They'll drop 3 tiers into cold, and then we overdrive it, it will go to chilly. I believe that's how it will work. That will keep us afloat essentially during that single day of extreme cold, and it will also default us to livable once we get to -50 after day 27. That's going to be the plan. Now, building these bunkhouses will cost us a bit of steel and wood. We can just build them on top of existing houses, which is rather nice. You can see the price difference from the salvage cost of the tents, which is 10 wood, drops to about 8 wood, I assume, when you salvage it. So it's just easier to build, and that's kind of the goal we're going to set for ourselves. You can see that no matter where we build, except for I believe these two are the only slots where we're not under a church. Everywhere else we have things covered. Which means I might actually replace these buildings for something else. This is going to be inside this heater, which is nice, because I would like everything to be under a church, of course. And on top of that, I learned that you can rotate buildings, which is something that I did not know was a thing. But since we do have some resources, and right now we are in free time, let's start improving houses with whatever amount of steel we can afford. We had 149. Which means this is how many? 9 houses plus that one that's 10. We need 23, right? So let's go for the second ring here. So once we're done with this, we would have 14 houses ready to upgrade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. So that's 21. But right now, a lot of our people are not living in. Oh, actually, that's dropping everyone to homeless. Yeah, because we have people who are not living in these houses. We have daytime children facilities, we have amputees, we got hospitals, and people going out at night to go hunt. Maybe we overdid it in a quick succession, but hopefully not too many people get sick because of this. That would be extremely unfortunate. Hopefully everyone just built their own house, and oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, this is a bad experiment. We got quite a few new sick people, and that's not the plan. Although they are going to get treated pretty easily, we do have the beds for it. And we're about to hit the work day, so I don't think I want to do any more upgrading right away. And in this temperature, yeah, we have everything set up correctly. Why is that one on already? It's not workday yet. And we're an hour away. I guess it's not on, just telling me that it's turned on for the workday because it's not providing any heat. This is overlapping a lot of the hospitals, that's why it has to be on. Whereas these are just staying chilly. We need to provide some heat for them as well, because that's going to be an issue running up ahead.
A new workday starts in the name of God.
And we also need to pay attention to when the cooldown comes off for our ceremonial services. Research right now is going well. Seems like a lot of our engineers are actually sick, which is not great. And we have to worry about what we do about these cold buildings moving ahead. Especially this zone right here. So, hothouse is straight up cold, but this is turned off. We need to turn this back on. I also want to build a new cookhouse to spread out where people can go eat, because people are actually going hungry. I don't have engineers for this job. We have one empty tent. Resources is doing fine though, so that's a good news. Alright, I'm gonna take a pause and design this sector of the city out a little bit. So right now it's hospitals and churches, and we would like to build potentially one more hospital here. We can rotate the buildings. I did not know that. That can change some interesting shapes like the churches and fit them into these slots. We didn't have to poke them out like this. Anyways, so if we eventually do get rid of this cookhouse, it's still not a good shape to fit in another infirmary. I can build it behind. This is eventually a coal mine, so we do need a heater for this area. I don't want to put this here because I can put housing here. This also doesn't make sense. Hothouses should just fill up the street over here. This hothouse should be moved over here. But we don't want to do too much moving right now either. That should really go away and go somewhere else. Maybe at the edge here when this extends. Yeah, I don't know where these things should go right now. Here would be kind of wasting building space. We could also, but then the size is fine, right? Although we don't get into church coverage, the width of the building makes sense to be placed here, and then we can save some manpower on hospital beds. So let's do that. Let's do that right here. What do we do with this little space right here? Well, if the hothouse disappears, we can utilize this space a bit more to build something big here. We have one extra core. I could do the move right now, except for I can't keep it warm. Alright, eventually we need a road out over here, right? That's kind of the core road right here that parallels with that one. Except for it's not going to intercept into the inner city because of how the cities were, how the little houses were placed. We could just start it here. It would stay on the main grid. And we can provide a spot for us to put heaters. Yeah, we probably would need one here for just these two hospitals, and then you can almost see the overlap here with that ring. And then we can put one over here in the future for working conditions. Yeah, I like that. Let's do that. And since we are constructing a bunch of stuff, let's plop down another house. We have 3 homeless. A lying child. Sir, a girl is asking to speak to you. She's crying and repeating that her mother is innocent. I lied. I lied to the priest. I'm so sorry. I told him that my mom said you are a damn fool and will burn in hell. But I was just mad at her. I made it all up. Please don't punish her. Oh, we don't need to punish the mom. We have thick skin. We're not above criticism here. We do have access to Book of Law. We could look into getting shrines. I am still not interested in Faith Keepers. I feel like we can do better than Faith Keeping. We can do shrines. We need to build 3 shrines to raise the hope of people working nearby. They're good at increasing efficiency in your workplaces. There's no negative to them. And then we can lead to House of Healing or field kitchens for food distribution, which is something that we were looking into as well. If we don't go down purpose, we can always come back to adaptation. And fighting arena, I'm still not convinced that's the way to go there. Most of these are exhausted. Emergency shift is useful, but I'm doing fine without it. We don't have a factory up, so that's kind of a waste. I don't want to feed bad food, so I think we are going to just do purpose and just pick up shrines and get some buildings done. So shrines must be built in the next 3 days. We need to build them basically the next 1 day because we're not really building in the cold. They are small building that boosts efficiency of nearby workplaces. This is a giant workplace and we have heaters here. You can build them on the road like steam hubs. Okay. So these would be workplaces being boosted here. Those hospitals are going away, so I don't need to cover them. Yeah, this would cover pretty much everything. 3 hospitals actually, but one of them's going away. 2 hospitals. We can drop the hospital coverage and then move them down to cover more things down here potentially in the future. I think we would do it here. That's 1. And we have enough to build another one real quick. And I think it would just have to be here. That's just such a big workflow for us right here with wood. And this is with food. But only the cookhouse and the hothouse. We have future hothouse placement here. Workshop is a working place, but very limited working place. These are hospitals. A shrine near a hospital makes sense too. Except for the church, it's not really a working place, and I can't cover all 3. That's gonna get moved in the future, so I don't think we'll do that. We'll do this. This will probably cover 3 hothouses in the future. Alright, and we're waiting for steel. Pretty much everything's waiting for steel. That's why the automaton, someone mentioned that it's not automation because there's no I in the word, but we didn't notice that first time. Alright, let's go. Is there really nothing more pressing than erecting shrines, at least somewhere to say our prayers in peace? I think it's a good place to build it. I'm sure we'll also lose some discontent, build up some hope once we do finish it. Refueling. Alright, people are working. Our coal storage is building up quite high. We need another one of these. Oh, it takes too much steel. Are we burning as much as we can? Yes, we are, yet we are still having a ton of wood production. So, that means we might just swap. Yeah, we'll stash the extra coal. Food distribution is still an issue. but a very minor one. Someone's having a hard time finding the food.
Time to rest.
Alright, let's get another shrine up.
Your friends.
Especially now the workday's over. Probably shifting towards this way. Although I don't know, it's not going to cover anything. I doubt we'll build any more workplaces near here. It's just this wall drill. Yeah, that's fine. A shrine and a steam hub fighting for each other. Yeah, it's cold because it's the end of the day. Alright, 3 shrines up. Back to bunkhouse replacement. A lot of wood. Shrines have been erected. People feel encouraged to pray more often. Hope rises. And that's the only big issue. We can probably turn off some hospitals. There's 20 beds here. And that's going to be another one. So we can turn these 3 off very soon. Let's turn off this one for now. We don't need this one. 30 bed right now is plenty. I just want to see, now that we have this sign, field kitchen is going to be a new building, obviously. Heating level 3. Raise the temperature nearby workplace by 1 level. Ooh. That is quite nice. It's a heater and a food distributor. Hopefully that's what it does, right? It makes sense for the field kitchen to actually distribute food. House of Healing does not require engineers, treats the gravely ill, and give all patients small hope bonus. You have to build a House of Healing. Slower. So we probably opt for just infirmaries. We have engineers, although most of them are sick right now. So field kitchens is probably what we're looking at next. How is research going? It's fairly slow. Ah, we have convinced another Londoner, and we can do another sermon. This will just increase hope. Doesn't actually do anything with regards to Londoners. Evening prayer cooldown's not back, and whatever the other one's called, ceremonial service, is also not back. Let's get these houses fixed so no one, you know, gets sick. 16. We'll keep flipping them. Wait, 10 engineers work this? Or... oh. The workforce is double of these. That's something I didn't notice before. Alright, these are done now. We don't actually need them. It's, I think 30 beds is plenty. We'll keep 2 just for emergencies, but these 2 can go away. We can use this slot up. We can even rotate one of these buildings and slot them here. Yeah, or just move the care house up, which is I think something that I wanted to do. And then save this slot for something else in the future. Bigger buildings, maybe more work. Yeah, they're taking a lot of engineers. Who else is using engineers? I'm gonna fill that up and instead give you a couple of workers. So these 2 I think will go away. Let's slot them for demolition. We'll keep 2 for future emergency capacity. And I think I want to slot the care house on top of that once we get a chance. Our food isn't doing so hot. People are eating. More people have been Londoners. Yes, good, good, good. And I'm pretty sure we can do at least one more round of both of these before the time is up, which means we have opportunity to reduce them down even more. It's just huge tendencies because we're managing so well. Okay. A care facility. It's a little bit wasting space, I think. I think you can squeeze with one less bar, but it's gonna fill it up, which is fine. And we're gonna be inside the heating zone for it. This is just kind of outside. I don't want to turn on that heater just for this. We won't demolish that until that finishes, or else, you know, the guys can be homeless for a little bit. We only got 20 food back. That's not good. No, they're just coming back slowly. Alright, this is our last day to make housing improvements. These tents need to be stepped up. That's probably much the most important thing here. Dump all that steel real quick.
Work shift begins. May the Lord save all workers from harm.
There we go. I think it's not working because we have maximum coal storage. A tip from a believer. Captain, a woman has told us that she overheard her neighbor talking about hoarding food and other supplies. Will follow the lead. Ah, so the Londoner that stole food from us. We got some back. Good, good, good. Alright, shrine has been built. I need to build more storage facilities. There are only 7 sick right now. I can turn this off. Give them a few more workers. Hopefully our scout can bring us some good news in terms of workforce. Now, do we want to shift this hothouse over? It is warm. This one's not warm. We could potentially turn that off, or else we have to build some sort of heating hub here, which I think we still want to do. It's just that, you know, we're not exactly rich right now. Let's build that road. We can fit another hothouse here. This is still the awkward slot. Yeah, I don't know what to do here, but we'll figure that out. This I would really want to move. Then we have more home spots for new population. I guess we'll do that when we get the new population. Alright, that's extended. Not going to do too much extra buildings right now. So that road is fine. Also need to spend some of that wood. We could slow down the pump. Although I do want to cut all the trees off, and then we'll just demolish this building. 2 hours for insulating our, you know, hospitals. This one will turn off. Hopefully we don't need it during the heat. There's only 5 sick right now, which means we can even turn off another one here. But then they wouldn't have anything to do. All the home has been improved. And we're looking at temperatures. This zone here is a little bit questionable. Anything that's not comfortable will be a big issue. Even the things that are comfortable. Actually, no, when we overboost this one, all the little heaters will also overboost. We can turn them on, basically. Basically be a lot of coal. We can burn through the wood during that period. Assuming we can keep them warm. Alright, we're not going to be able to push out anything new in time. So whatever we get is not going to save us during the next day. But there are a couple things I want to get. So factories for one. Very interested. But I think what we want to do the most is food related. If I can employ 5 less people at the huts. We have 3 huts, save us 15 labor. And this will obviously be a good improvement. 10 more food per hut. Both of these I think are nice. Hothouse installation is also a bit tempting, but as I said, it's not going to come in handy. And this I don't want to finish before the cold day, because putting people inside huts is a great way at utilizing them and keeping them out of the cold, essentially. Yeah, I think that's what we will do for now. We'll work on food improvements. A breath of hope. Sir, people have started to leave personal charms, beads, and written prayers as shrines, as votive offerings. It seems it helps them keep their spirit up in these trying times. Well, that was the point. Let's get these bunkhouses all done before the day. Ooh, we have reached the exile colonies, survivors. We could have him wait, because I don't want to bring them back on the day that's extremely cold. So he's just gonna hover here for a little bit. There's a timing to these things. Alright, let's go back. Finish these buildings. No one is sick, by the way. No one. I'm gonna call them back. Hospital, care house is getting torn down. Or getting torn down. Bunkhouse. Bunkhouse. Beautiful. Alright. We're at a great state. I need more of these, so during this night, let's build 1 more of these. Maybe even 2 more. We can probably just fill this up. I don't think anything else is going to be built here. I mean, that tree... I don't want to destroy that tree yet. So we'll build 1 here. If I tied the road down, it's trying to fit 2 here. It's doing the math for me, which, you know, I thank him, but I don't want him to do the math for me. I'm going to fit a bigger building down here. Let me just cancel that. Let me just build that there. We'll worry about where everything else fit later. Like, it's giving me extra space here because it feels like I can't fit anything. That's why this one's so wide. But we might just redo a lot of that building in the future. Like, we need extra wood and coal storage, so technically I would like to build 2 of these. I don't want to crush those trees, though. I guess if I do want to build 1 here, I would have to finish up the road like this. And then this guy knows to be skinny and thin once the streets are finished, I think. Or I could just destroy some trees here. Can't build them on the outer ring. I mean, I could just build them like this. Yeah, sure. Let's get everything built. No more sick, everyone in warm beds. And plenty of coal to burn through. Plenty of coal. Oh, it's actually not letting me fit 1 here. I guess we will build this. Yeah, we'll destroy like a couple of tree branches, not a big deal. So that one's a little bit extra. Then this placement's also questionable. Like, how did... I guess it gets narrower here because it is radial. Wonder if I can rotate 1. No. I do want to get rid of the roads. visually it's not appeasing. Alright, back to getting to the Great Freeze of day 26. More people has abandoned the Londoners. We don't have that much food, but let's do it. 40 food here. No one has left based on that, but I think it's gonna help. Our second group has arrived. For wood, Frozen Grove. Some trees in this grove bear deep cuts in the shape of a cross. We found some bones scattered around them. Buried shame poking around the trees marked with crosses. We found shallow graves under each of them. The dead body lacked most of the bigger muscles, and some bone bear signs of a cutting tool. The corpses have been obviously stripped of edible parts. Now we know what kept the survivors by the freshwater springs from starving. We'll leave grave intact, but we can cut trees for wood. We'll take it. We don't need them to come back yet. It's a long journey out. Go visit the snow cliffs. Alright, off they go. And back to our temperature drop. Alright, here it comes. Dipping way down. And we're getting sick right off the bat. We're going to take that up. We're going to overdrive right off the bat. And that should pick up. Let's pop up all the heaters that we have. And we don't need to make that 24/7 though. No one's there. Child shelter is here. Hunter, we don't care. It's chilly. I want to see when the overdrive picks up. Okay. Is it still just chilly? Wow, it is just chilly. So we need the heaters here. Heaters here. Let's just burn through a lot of coal. What's really stopping us? Yeah, there's no separate heating here, but this is not on. We're not using this one. We're using these two, and they're plenty warm. Only one sick, high hope, no discontent. Yeah, we did it. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna overdrive for the whole day. We're gonna be at 50 or negative 50 for a few days before it drops to a balmy negative 60, and hopefully we have more research by then. Speaking of research, that building needs to come up as well. We don't want anyone in the cold. We have plenty of coal to burn through this. Our production's still positive at this point. So yeah, we have a lot of storage. Things are going well. And we're going to end things here. We'll come back and we'll continue to build up. We have some new spaces that we can work on. And we have plenty of resource to extend our resource lead. I would like to get a factory and get another, you know, automaton up and build potentially another facility for getting more steel. Seems like we need plenty of it going forward, and that's the only place we can get it, so we might as well double up here. I would like to restructure some of the hothouses to this zone here and build out more houses for our workers. The cookhouse can also be moved. We'll find a new home for it, and that's going to be the goal for next time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and see you guys then. Bye.